Hello, we wanted to create a quick tips and tricks video to help you guys with registering a new student in Park County School District number 6. So a new student is defined as a student who has never been enrolled in the district. That could be a new student coming to us in 5th grade or 9th grade or 3rd grade. And it could also be a student coming to us for kindergarten next year. So that is a new student. And a new student is also a student who's previously been enrolled in school in Park County School District number 6, but then maybe they left for a few years and are coming back and want to re-enroll. That student is also considered a new student. So the first tip we have for you, make sure you do the correct registration. Currently, we have two registrations visible, the new student registration for 21-22 and the new student registration for 22-23. On your screen, you shouldn't see in progress forms. This is just for me to show you some test information. You may see submitted if you have previously submitted a form, but once you get logged in here, you should see new forms. So if you're registering a kindergartner to start in August 2022, you need the new student registration 22-23. If you're registering a new student that's in 5th grade or 6th grade to start in August 2022, that's the registration you want. If you want a student to come to school in April or May 2022 to finish out the 21-22 school year, then you need to select the new student registration 21-22. So make sure you select the right one, because if you do not, we will politely ask you to go back and redo the correct one, because we do change them a little bit every year. We ask for a few different things. We refine the process. We try to make it better for you. So please make sure you do the right one. If I'm registering a kindergartner for 2022-2023, I would click that link. It's going to ask me for the name and birth date of the student. So I would enter that information, and then it's going to take me to a page that looks like this. It has some instructions for you. You're welcome to go through those. I'm going to skip that for the sake of the video. But the first page is a verification page to, again, make sure you're doing the right registration. So if I said, no, I'm not registering a new student for 22-23, it's going to stop me. And you can see it won't let me do anything else, because this registration is for the new school year 2022-2023. So if I am registering a student for that, I need to hit yes, and then you can see this side menu over here, which I do recommend using to help you navigate the registration. It populates with all the pages on the registration. So make sure you hit yes. And then it's just going to go through and it's going to ask you all the questions. It'll ask you, it has some notes underneath. One thing to note is this required field. If a field is required, it will not let you submit at the very end until every single required field is entered. So make sure that you enter something for every single required field. So like in this instance, for my test, first name and last name for students are required, but not all students have a middle name. We would like you to enter their middle name if they have one, but if they do not, you don't have to put anything in that box. It will let you submit without it. And the same goes for everything as you see. You can see the required fields next to anything that is required. Okay. The next tip we have for you, do not click next until you scroll all the way to the bottom of the page. That next field kind of hovers over fields. So you can see, like, if I was right here, I might think I'm done. But I need to make sure I scroll all the way to the bottom before I hit next, as if you hit next too early, you'll miss fields and you'll have to go back and fix them before you can submit. So that's just something to keep in mind there. The next tip we have has to do with parents or guardians. So parents or guardians, on the main parent guardian page, we have up to 4 parents or guardians for a student. If you guys have a situation where there are more actual parents or legal guardians for the student, you can let the school know for your student, and we can add more later. But 4 seem to be a good number as far as being able to catch the majority of situations for the families of students in our district. So, but if you're a situation where there's only one parent or legal guardian, only one parent or legal guardian is required. Now, please be thorough. If there are more than one, make sure you enter them. And as soon as you start to enter them, it's a smart form, so it registers and it says, hey, now that you have a first name, the last name is required. And then it's going to make sure that everything else starts to be required as soon as you put in more information. You can see all those fields start to become required. So make sure that you observe whether a field is required, but also make sure you enter really the true amount of parents or guardians that a student has. The other thing is on this page, one phone number per parent is required. If you have an additional phone number, you can put it, but you can see an additional phone number is not required, but the primary phone number for that parent is. So keep that in mind. Parents or guardians versus emergency contacts. Emergency contacts, we ask for one person. This person should not be someone that's a parent or legal guardian. It needs to be somebody else in case if there's a true emergency and we have called and called and called parents and guardians, we can't get a hold of anyone, who else can we call? Just one person is required. You can put up to 3, okay? The last tip I want to give you is the summary to help you navigate. The summary, it will identify for you the pages that have errors. So if it's red, there's an error and you need to go fix it before you can submit. See, the submit is grayed out on my page right now because I can't submit until all of these red fields are fixed. So I might have to click on, you can click on these and it will take you back to that page to fix it, or you can click over here. I would recommend using the sidebar at this time a lot to go back to the page and then go back to the summary instead of clicking next through every single page. But you're going to have to go back and fix everything before you can submit. One last tip for you, once you submit, you cannot come back in and edit. So say you need to go look up somebody's phone number and you're like, oh, I'll submit and I'll come back and fix it later. That won't work. You have to, you won't be able to edit as soon as you hit submit. So I get this a lot with families who want to come back and upload documents later. Once you hit submit, you won't be able to upload the document. So save it, exit your dashboard, and then come back and upload the documents if that's your situation, but don't hit submit. And document upload, we would love it if you could all submit the documents. It makes it easier for us in the long run. If you don't have a situation where you can upload documents, if you don't have a scanner or can't take pictures with your phone and upload them, then we would ask that you bring those to the school when your child starts school. For kindergartners, that maybe we might ask you to bring them in the week before, or so that we can collect those documents. So if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to the district. We are happy to help you. We're excited to have your student enroll in the schools here in Cody, and we look forward to a great 2022-2023 school year. Thanks.